Hello, hello YouTube. Hello. I would greet Twitch, but I am not streaming today. I'm recording. I had to miss stream yesterday, which was a Christmas Day on Thursday, and now I'm recording instead of streaming because I'm still seeing some family. So it's a bit easier on me if I just break that up into some recording chunks instead of streaming all of it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna be here for an hour, and then I'll record the rest of it tomorrow, the next day, so on and so forth. So let's see if we can't get past the Astropolis ruins today. I don't think it should take us quite an hour to get through that, but let's see. Let's see what we have here. Ah, that's right. We're going for Sothis. And we're trying to beat Mayhem. Not Mayhem. That's Borderlands. We're trying to beat Anomaly level 8. And I think what we were doing... Yeah, we were trying to do a Sands of Time combination build with Relief. Was it Relief or something else? It was Sands of Time and... I don't know. I remember we mixed it... Oh, Soul Heat. That was the one. Soul Heat. We're doing a Soul Heat build. Great. Okay, we should be able to get through this in an hour. So, hopefully everybody's Christmas Day was great. Mine was pretty chaotic, to be honest with you. It wasn't horrible. It was pretty chaotic. It was a little sad. I didn't have my entire family with me. My dad is still back home in New York. He's seeing his family over there. So me and my mom and a couple other people went to go visit our family on this side. So that was that. It wasn't bad or anything. It's just hectic. It's been hectic for a while. This week for me has been very dense, I would say. It's not been very hard, but it's been very dense. I should have used this earlier, huh? Alright, I gotta get my head into the game now. I gotta start using my brain more. Yeah, I'm glad that's over now. I don't mean to sound like a humbug, but, you know, it's always nice to get that out of there, move on to new things. Like I said, I'm still... it's still pretty hectic for me. I'm still doing some other stuff that is not related to Christmas at all. So, you know, Christmas and New Year's kind of just wrecked my entire schedule. I know it tends to do that, but that has been the case for me this week. Let me see here. Let me take a second to look at what we have here. I've been kind of just playing some dice, and I already know I'm gonna probably lose a life if I'm not careful here. Let's see what we can do. I can't use my virtues. Okay. That's a little unfortunate, but that's fine. Let's see, I can use inventive, I can discard these, and then we're gonna have to rely on relief to save us this turn. It should be able to. These guys are only gonna give me 4 damage, so that's not gonna kill me. I see a sandstorm down there. We can definitely use that. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and use Sandstorm. See if we live through this. Yeah, okay, great. Looking a little rough here. Let's get our way out of this. We're dealing with some Shadow Mantle. We've got 1 health. These guys are stronger now, so we gotta be at full health at least if we want to live. Let's keep pounding on this guy because we can get him out of there. That's the stronger of the two. So we can get him out of there. We need 20 damage. Let's do some math. We gotta get rid of this Shadow Mantle. We gotta heal some. And I see we have some Hourglass Mastery. We have Sands of Time. And all of our virtues. So the game is kind of giving us an out I just have to think through it. Let's focus on the heals, because I need to break through the Shadow Mantle. So I need at least 3 purification to do that, which I can get through here. Okay. Let me use this. Oh, I guess Hex Dice don't benefit from Hourglass Mastery, huh? I didn't know that. Reset Soul Heat to 0. I don't know. Apply 2 relief to a target. Okay. Yeah, let's use that. Let's use it again. We're gonna forge this to be a 7, and we can replay that. Let's see, I'm gonna heal for 4, but that's not gonna be quite enough. I'm gonna be at 5 health, so I should use this, maybe. That should do the rest. I can use 7 here, and I'll get a replay. Use it again. Ooh, got another lucky replay there. So that guy's going to be out at the end of his turn. We still have Scorching Sands and a reroll. Maybe I could reroll this to be something a little nicer. Yes, I can. Alright. That one's a little meaner, actually. That's unfortunate. I think that's about it for our turn here. Let's see. So if I did this correctly, I should be up to full health. You're going to deal 5 damage to me, and then die. And apply silence to me, and then you're going to do another 2 damage to me. Which would kill me. So if I want to save my life, I have to use this here. Alright, that'll be good enough. Alright. That was a pretty nice turn there. Got ourselves out of that situation. We have 10 Soul Heat, I do see that. We can refresh our virtues. We can use... So we can use this twice then, so let's use it once. Let's refresh. Let's not even wait on that. See, we get it again, so we can go ahead and just repeat the cycle here. We got to build up our Soul Heat again, but that's alright. I think Serenity is going to be what we want here. I'm not too worried about Affliction right at the end of the battle. Relief, that'll be nice. Can I use this yet? No, but I would like to. You give me the opportunity to. That'd be awesome. 2 Purification, yes please. It's us to use that. And I suppose we won't get our Soul Heat too high, but it's gonna be something, you know? Deal 3 corruption to a target and increase Soul Heat by 1. Yeah, that's alright. Okay. Oh yeah, we get incorruptible every 5 turns. Completely forgot about that. Alright, we should be able to get through this. Build up some Soul Heat. I don't need to forge any of these, so I won't. Increase Soul Heat by 2, increase Soul Heat by 2. Yep, I'll go ahead and do that. Man, we're getting a lot of luck on these Hourglass rerolls here. Very happy about that. Precision, we don't need that, so let's hit him with that. And that'll be the battle. Oh, you don't have relief on you. forgot we need that. Okay, well, a little premature on my part, but you know, not too bad at all. Let's see, what do we want? I think this would be great for our soul heat, so that's kind of a good one, and it's a safe die, so no risk attached to that one. Scorching Sands is pretty nice in general, whether it's in our virtues or in our hand. And Refresh, I think, is probably going to be the best out of all of these, the best option for us, but I am actually going to take Sunny Flares, again, because it is safe. It gives us some free damage and some free soul heat, basically. Okay, so what do we want? I don't really want to go for the challenge battle, because I feel like something's gonna... Actually, you know what? Let me do that. Let me do the challenge battle. Because I don't think we're gonna get a chance to do one in Ground Zero, because they'll be tougher. So I'll go ahead and do one now. I'll head to the Epic Shop because we have enough money. And then we'll take our chances with the challenge battle here. Okay. But we can buy a Star Blessing, so we could double up here. See what we get. Relief on enemies triggers at the end of my turn. And increase relief applied by 1. That's pretty awesome. When your soul heat has no limit. Oh yeah. Whenever your soul heat increases above 10, apply 1 relief. Oh yep, yep, I will take that. That was that 1-star blessing I mentioned sometime in the past that I was saying it's pretty much overpowered for Sothis, and yeah, there it is right there. So we will take that. We're gonna want, from now on, we're gonna want some dice that increase soul heat past 10 easily, and that keep it active for more than 1 turn, because we're gonna lose it after the first turn, of course. Okay, okay. What's your whole deal again? I kind of forgot. Whenever I re-roll a die, I gain 1 doom, or does the enemy gain doom? I don't know if this counts, but let's see. Oh, okay, so I have to re-roll it with my virtue. Okay, fair enough. Oh! Ooh, lucky, lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky there. We're gonna need 5 soul heat for that. I could discard it. Let's see, I could also... Yeah, I'm gonna have to discard this mandatory action, all of these here. Oh, actually, maybe not. I can use Scorching Sands. There we go. Very lucky there on the Sands of Time. Alright, I was thinking this guy might be a bit of an issue. I don't really think he will be, because we can just limit ourselves to using our Sentinel die, and I think at this point we have enough dice to get by without rerolls, to be honest with you. We have a lot of stuff like this, timeless, so we can keep stuff in our hand, we have some discards, we have conversions, and all that, so I don't think we're in too much trouble here, to be honest. I could live with Affliction. I could live with that going off. 4 Affliction might be pushing it, because with this, this die right here, or this face at least, he's going to be over-corrupting himself pretty often, and that would be a problem. So let me just hold on that. We can use Timeless for a shield. Don't mind if I do. Increase soul heat by 2, sure. Let's go ahead and do that again. Use Sand Shaping twice. Then we can use Scorching Sands. Do we need to heal? We kind of do. We're going to be left on 1 health. So maybe this? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's right, it's a mandatory action. Okay, so I have to use it. Nope, I'll just forge it. That's one of the mandatory actions I usually don't like to forge, but in this case, I think it would help. So whatever. First thing I see, we're going to want to re-roll the mandatory action, of course. Especially when it's Affliction. Okay. That could be nice, for sure, but we need to build up some relief on this guy for it to work. This is saying choose a target that has relief, and then copy that buff to every other creature on the field. So ideally, we would want, like, couple hits here and then maybe re-roll that. Pretty unlikely for that to happen, but that would be ideal. Oh! Oh, we hit it. Man, we're getting lucky in this fight, huh? Getting pretty lucky. Alright, so let's try to get our soul heat up to 9 then. 5, this will be 8. This will be 9. We can go ahead and use this for some damage. And then that'll reset my soul heat to 0. Perfect. And now that we have relief, we shouldn't die at the end of this turn. I hope. Yeah, great. Great. And now we're looking pretty set up for the boss. We can afford to sacrifice a life during the boss so we can get another Star Blessing. And to be honest with you, we're kind of speeding through this really quickly. I thought we might spend a lot more time here. So we were kind of grinding through those ruins, not the ruins, the reef fights earlier. But we're actually getting through this pretty quickly here. I do need to heal, but I do see we have relief, so I shouldn't worry too much about that. Let's see. Can't forge this, so we just have to re-roll that. Which I think would give me 1 doom, right? If I use my virtue to do that? If I have to? Ah, there we go. Nice. Apply 1 relief to a target for each soul heat. Okay, so we want to build that up first. Again, healing shouldn't be an issue. So let's see. Let's use this and then that. Bring us up to 4. Can I use this to build it even further? And then I would get a bigger boost out of this, maybe? Yes. Wow, okay. I didn't know that. Death Bomb doesn't do extra damage because he has Doom, right? It's not a thing. No. Okay, great. Nice little learning moment. Alright. Inner Warmth is going to be our friend for the rest of the fight now that we have this fervorous sundial, as it were. Keep that. And we just need a little bit more of a way to generate soul heat, because we have plenty of stuff that benefits from soul heat, but I've noticed we don't really have a generator. The compression again would be nice. We're gonna get some extra damage out of that. Every turn, the first die you play is returned to your draw pool. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Affliction doesn't increase over corruption. Enemies receive double corruption from affliction. Oh, okay. So that exists, huh? So we could use this for that achievement that I was trying to go for. Very interesting. Every turn, the first die you play is returned to your draw pool. I feel like that sounds nice, and I could definitely imagine that being broken if you combine that with Hourglass Mastery and all that, and the other stuff that we've been doing this run. And the last run as well. But I just don't think we need to do that right now. Alright, I'm trying to look if we need any destruction of dice. Maybe just destroy this one. Because there hasn't been a situation yet where we have 10 soul heat and this die in our hand. So even though the shielding would be nice, I think this has been more of a detriment to us. I think that one's got to go. And you know what? Maybe this one has to go as well. Because having to replay this dice more than once is kind of brutal. And I feel like that could really set us back during the boss fight. So let me go ahead and destroy both of those. Any type of affliction or reinforced or anything of that kind are gonna wreck us during the last boss for sure. Shadow Mantle, reduction, or minimize, I think it's called. Minimize. There we go. Let's try to look at the new Sentinels. What do we have? Not much here, to be honest. I'll just go ahead and leave them. I'll go ahead and pick up some balanced dice, because I don't want any more risky dice at the moment, to be honest. Rolling Stars is always awesome, so I will take that. And more relief is what we want. So let's go ahead and move into the boss fight. I will sacrifice a heart. As long as we get out of here, we are looking nice for Ground Zero. Every 3 turns, apply 2 light shields to all targets. Okay, so that'll counteract the Shadow Mantle that we get every 3 turns. You have 25 dice in your pool. Increase purification received by enemies. Now, I always like the idea of this one, because I always misread it. This is only increasing the purification that we receive from enemy dice and not anything else, which is kind of wild. Because there's not many situations where the enemy even heals you at all. So I can't imagine why we would want that right now. Alright. This guy might be maybe a little bit less of a pushover than I would like. Oh, I should have used Hourglass Mastery on that. Oh man, I messed it up. Donked it. Ah, that's okay though. Let's go ahead and Hourglass Mastery this so we can build up our Soul Heat for Sandstorm. Yeah, I would hope this guy, you know, would go down pretty easily, because at least during today we've been kind of beating some... We've been beating some butt today, to be honest. We've been speeding through all this. This guy might take a little bit more effort, though. Just maybe. Ooh, that was very nice there. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some way to preserve our soul heat so it doesn't reduce to 0 every time we use a sandstorm or move on to a new turn, you know? Very nice there, though. Could have even used Rolling Stars. Missed out on that, too. Alright, are we worried about anything here? I see we have Hourglass Mastery, so something here could be repeated. If anything, either Relief or Timeless I can repeat. Because Timeless will give me some shields. Yeah, it's going to be one of those two. Okay, so we can't re-roll dice. Oh, while this guy is active, okay. So we got to get rid of this guy if we want to re-roll dice. And this guy is silencing my virtues. Okay, except for the re-roll, apparently. And that's being silenced anyways. Okay. So yeah, let's take out this guy first if we can. Maybe let's just stack up some relief on him. There we go. That should do it. That should be half your health. And then, let's see, can we get any more out of that? Can't use our virtues. So that is out of the question. We can't really do anything with the soul heat. So this is basically useless. And this is only going to do 2 damage. So, I mean, he'll still be alive, but pretty close to death. Oh, interesting. I was wondering if using this would trigger Rolling Stars, and it does. Interesting. It's kind of inconsistent how the Sentinels work in terms of like the buffs they use and the rules that they adhere to. But I mean, I'm not going to be complaining if it works out in my favor. Of course, you know, the moment it's the other way around. Anyways. Alright, so that guy's going to be done at the end of the turn. So let's just chill on that guy. This guy here only has 4 health, so we could do... let's see, I think we can do this. That'll leave you with 2 health, and then we can apply relief. That'll do it. Then we can focus on the big guy here. We're still looking pretty good. We're not really worried about anything. Use Rolling Stars. Oh, let's use it again. As we can. That frees up our virtues and our rerolls, so now we can use Rolling Stars even more. Am I limited to 1 reroll here? What's up? What just happened there? Is that you? Is that one of my star blessings? So I have stunned. Oh yes. Okay. So we got to burn through that if we want to get maximum effectiveness out of Rolling Stars, but that's all right. We're already most way through the fight anyways, so We are chilling. Chilling, chilling. Alright, so what do y'all have? I see hidden, so we can't see this guy's die. And I am noticing that he is getting stronger with every turn, because he has agony. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, but as of right now, we are okay. And then they have decay, which, I mean, you know, is always potentially a problem for us, but I think right now it's really not, to be honest. So let's see what we can do.